Hello, Team Beauty Surge. How is everyone today? We are gonna have some fun today. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Desiree Hoye. I am a director on Team Beauty Surge. Say hello if you're on. Hi, Brooke, how are you? Do me a favor, invite your teams. You guys, we're gonna talk about how to handle negativity in our businesses, you guys, because hi Ariane, hello Lindsay, hi, oh my gosh, hello everyone. So we're going to talk about how to handle negativity in your business, because I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, at one point or another in your business, in this amazing adventure that we are partaking in, you're going to come across negative people. And when I mean negative people, I'm mainly focusing on those that really honestly, truly don't understand what we do, why we do what we do, and they just don't understand it. And so a lot of people judge you for it. A lot of people are negative about it. So I'm going to share a little bit about my personal story, how I have okay, I shouldn't say how I've overcome it, because it is a constant struggle, and it's always going to be a constant struggle, you guys, but I want you to think of certain things when things start getting negative, and when those people are really, really starting to eat at you, because it's really hard. So I'm going to share my own personal stories and how I am working on letting the negativity honestly fuel my fire versus tear me down, because throw me some hearts if you have ever, since you started this journey, it doesn't matter if it's with Limelight, if you were with another network marketing company before, throw me some hearts if you've ever had anyone be negative towards you for what you do. Like, I don't understand what you do. It's a pyramid scheme, right? You're just wasting time. Like, you're never gonna be successful at this. Like, you're never gonna be successful. Like, why would you do that? Like, don't you have a real job? Like, why don't you get a real job? Like, everybody has heard that at least once, right? It happens all the time. But when stuff like that happens and when people are negative to you, I'm going to share you guys a story. And this is kind of my journey with network marketing. When I very, very first started network marketing, I was with another company. I was with them for about 6 months, and I was never confident in what I did. I really wasn't. I let the negativity, honestly, in the very beginning, like my old boss, like didn't understand it. You know, she's like, well, why would you want to do that? Like, why would you want to do this? And so I was extremely scared, extremely nervous. I have the unfortunate reality of my husband's best friends, okay, hate network marketing. Like, they don't like it at all. They spend their entire day trolling what we do. And in the very beginning, like, it honestly just shut me down. Like, I could never, even when I started Limelight, you know, I would talk to people and they'd ask you what you did. And I'm like, well, you know, I work for a State Farm agent, and I'm also a beauty guy with Limelight.com. And that was my response, right? Like, you're really quiet because you don't want that negativity. You don't want people to judge you for what you do. They don't understand it. And what I want you to realize is it's okay that they don't understand it, because not everyone's going to understand what we do. They should respect us. Some will, some won't. But asking for that respect is huge, right? So when I first started this journey, I had people tell me all the time, like, you're going to fail. You know, there's only like 1 in a million chance that you're going to hit the top of a company. Like, there's 1 in a million chance that you're actually going to make more than $100 every single month. And you're sitting here like preaching that you're going to, you know, hit the top of a company. And, for the longest time, it really kind of shut me down, and I didn't know how to react to it, because I'm like, you know, I was still new and I didn't know what this journey was going to bring me. I didn't know that 4 months in I was going to be a director with Limelight. Like, I had no idea. At that point, I was just honestly scared, like super, super scared, super nervous, all of that. Hi, everyone. But what I did is I thought back to, why did I join this company to begin with? Why did I do this? And that is honestly the biggest tip and the biggest trick to overcoming the negative people in your life that don't understand what you're doing. You have to think of why you joined this company, why you joined this journey, why you started it every single day. Everything that you do circles around to that why. Whether it be my why, when I first started, I wanted to spend more time with my kids. I worked 9 to 5. I struggled picking my kids up from daycare because daycare hours and work hours. And by the time I got home, it was 5:30. And no, I got off work at 5:30. I wouldn't get home until like 6:15. I spent maybe 45 minutes with my kids in bed, up like that cycle. You know, if you work full time, you guys, you know what that cycle's like. And if you're a mom, it's even worse. It's harder, right? And so my why was I want to spend more time with my kids. So I want to be able to supplement some of my income, go down to part-time at work. And I did that in like 3 months. I did it. Like, I was at a point where I was supplementing my income enough, and eventually I promoted every single month. And please, this is one thing I want to tell you, everybody, is do not compare your journey to anybody's journey. My journey is different from your journey, and so if you are not where I'm at, or if you are farther away or further than me now in a short amount of time, that is amazing. Your journey is incredible. So do not judge your journey on my journey, because it's so different, okay? But I promoted every single month, and you know, the negativity just kept coming. Like, honestly, just kept coming, because gosh, you're just like spamming people. Like, all you do is spam people, right? Like, that's all you do. You just throw in product in people's faces. Like, the products are not that good. I can guarantee they're not that good. And you know what? It finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? Watch me. I'm going to prove every single one of you people wrong. And you know what? So far, I have proved everybody wrong. I still, to this day, you guys, like the first summer that I started in May. So I'm coming up on a year in May. We had a barbecue at our house, and my husband's friends were like, girl, like, I had to unfollow you on Facebook because you are annoying. Like, that's all you do is go live. And, you know, at first I was like, God, you know, that hurt. Like, when someone tells you they unfollowed you because you annoy them, and I'm like, why do I annoy you? And mainly because the little notification that pops up, like, my husband's friends don't want to see that anyway, so I'm like, that's cool. But, you know, they were like, I don't understand. Like, why would you do that? And I want you to realize that 99% of people that judge you for what you do, it's because A, they don't understand what you do, and they never will, and that's okay. And B, they want to see you fail because they honestly don't think they could do what you do. They don't. 90% of people that sit there and dog on network marketers and say that that it's not a real job, it's because they honestly do not have the courage or the guts or the grit or anything to even start something like this. They don't. Because you know what it takes to do something like this, ladies? Do you know what it takes? Do you know what every single one of you have? You have the grit. You have the confidence. It may not be there yet, and you may not see it yet, but I guarantee the longer you're here, the more grit you will have, the more confidence you will have. You are going to change lives. You will absolutely change lives. And so when you hear people be negative, and unfollow them. Like, unfollow them. If somebody, I can't tell you how many times I've run across like my husband's friends, or just even some of my girlfriends that have like literally bought makeup from me, like bought products from me, and they're like, man, if I have to watch another makeup video, or if I have to listen to one more person sell this, like, if it affects you, unfollow them. So weed out the negative people in your life. Absolutely weed it out. I've done a lot of that in the last like 2.5 months, and let me tell you, the last like month of my life has never been better. Like, never been better. Because I am in charge of my life. I am in charge of my feelings. I am in charge of my business. I am in charge of my Facebook. I am in charge of all of that, you guys. You are in charge of all of that. You are in charge of your thoughts. You are in charge of letting people in your head. You are in charge of getting them out of your head. And that is exactly what you need to do. You have to think to yourself. Every time somebody says something negative to you, every time somebody tells you that they don't believe that you can do this, or that you're not good enough, or you're not pretty enough, or you're not good enough with makeup, or you don't have a real job, like, for every one person that tells you that, I want you to think of every single customer that you've ever had that has told you how much they love our products, that has told you that they have a confidence now that they have never had ever before in their life, that every time you go live, they look forward to you going live. I have people, no joke, if I don't go live for more than one day, I get messages from them like, hey girl, when are you gonna go live? Like, I feel like I stalk you. And it still, to this day, like blows my mind. I'm like, you guys wanna watch me put on makeup? Okay, let's go. But it takes time. It honestly absolutely takes time. But I want you to think of every single positive thing, because I can guarantee you, you have 10 times more positive comments on what we do versus negative comments. But you know what? The positive ones don't sit in our head for very long. It's the negative ones that sit over here and pick at our brains and pick at us and sit there and are like, you can't do this. You need to quit. You're annoying people. Like, you're never going to make it. You're never going to make it. Well, let me tell you what. I did. I'm making it. Like, I am living proof that you can absolutely follow your dreams. Okay? In 8 months, I have managed to hit the top, 2% of our company. And that is not by at all means like, oh my gosh, look at me. But I'm telling you, that is what you can do when you put those fears aside and you put that negativity aside and you focus on the bigger goal. My goal used to be to stay at home. Guess what? I've been staying at home for the last 3 months. It's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. My goal now is to hit executive. Like, I want that lifestyle bonus, guys. I want to go buy myself a new car and have this fun car. Like, that's what I want. That's my why. Like, I want to buy a house in Montana. I want to build a house on our property. I want to buy more land for my husband. I want to, buy him a brand new truck. Like, those are my whys now. They're going to constantly evolve. And you know what? Every single person that tells me I can't do it, I'm going to look at them in the face and be like, watch me. Because you've told me from day one that I couldn't do what I'm doing now. And let me tell you as well, some of those people that were my biggest haters, my biggest naysayers that told me I couldn't do it, I get messages from those people now. Hey girl, I just wanted to tell you that I was wrong. I was wrong about you. Like, you've done something really good with your life. Like, I really like watching you, and I'm really sorry for what I've said to you in the past. No joke, you guys, that happens to me on a daily basis. Well, not on a daily basis, like, I'm not that popular, but on a monthly basis, I get people that come up to you and they're like, I honestly didn't think you were going to stick through it. I didn't think you were going to do what, and now some of them are on my team. Some of them are my biggest customers. Those are always the best ones when they're like, I will never buy from network marketing. And then they're like, hey girl, I need a $600 order. That happens all the time, you guys. But it takes consistency. It takes grit. It takes you not giving up, because you know what happens if you give up and you throw in that towel and you say, screw it, I'm not doing it anymore. You have let them win. You let them win. You let them get inside of your head and tell you that you can't do it so much that you actually believe it. Honestly, if you're sitting there and you're drinking a cup of coffee, right? I want you to think about this. You're drinking a cup of coffee. Someone comes up to you and they're like, man, I hate coffee. It's disgusting. It's gross. It's caffeine in it. It tastes like it's just bitter. It's just gross. Are you going to put down that cup of coffee and never drink coffee again? Is that what you're going to do? No, you're going to be like, that's cool. I like my coffee. This is actually ice water, but I mean, that's what you're going to do. Like, there's going to be negative things. Like, some people don't like my hair in a top knot. That's cool. I like it. It's really comfy. Like, keeps my hair out of my eyes. You, like, think about it in different aspects of your life, you guys. Like, you aren't going to stop something because of what somebody says in 90% of the things you do in your life. So why on earth would you let somebody get so far into your head that you would contemplate quitting what you're doing because of what someone says to you and they don't like it? That's okay. They don't have to like it. I've actually honestly had conversations with people, and this is a good idea too. If there is somebody that is like really on your heart as far as they're just constantly negative to you, message them. I've messaged a couple of my husband's friends, not in a bad way, but I'm like, look, I completely understand that you don't understand why I do what I do. I completely understand that you think network marketing is a scam. That's okay, because one of these days, like, you're going to be some form of network marketing, because that's the future. But what I ask for you to do is please just respect what I do. don't disrespect me, especially on my own profile. Like, say what you want, not on Facebook, but don't come into my place of business, because that is what my Facebook is now, and be negative. Because I'll either unfriend you or block you. I mean, that's just what I'll have to do, because I have to protect myself. I have to protect my business. And that's what. And you know what? Every single person that I've reached out to, they're like, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know. They don't know. A lot of people don't know that, like, what they say, honestly, like, it hurts you to your core, in a sense. And some people are better at it than others. I mean, some people, it doesn't get to them. Now it doesn't get to me at all. Because I'm like, one of these days I'm going to be sitting in my second home in the Rocky Mountains in the Ruby Valley in Montana, sipping tea, looking at the mountains while you're slaving away at a 9-to-5. Like, that's my thought process. But you have to teach yourself and retrain your brain to think of the positive side of it, and the positive in everything in your life. Honestly, every single aspect of your life. Retrain yourself to do that. And it's amazing, like, your mind just looks at the positive in everything. Like, okay, so that's just fuel to my fire. And you know what? Sometimes I even, like, I'll thank them in a post. I know I'm kind of rambling and I'm sorry, but be like, thank you to everyone who's doubted me. Because of you, I am where I am today. With a big smile on my face. And it just makes me, like, honestly, like, giddy inside, because you know that some people that are negative are reading that like, she hasn't quit yet. She hasn't quit yet. Well, I'm not quitting. And that's the mindset you have to have. So, that is what I wanted to tell you. Tips for dealing with negativity. Just don't let it in your head, you guys. And if it gets in your head, kick it out of your head. Like, just do it. Think of the positive. Think of the 648, I don't know how many people we have on Booty Surge right now. Think of every single one of them and how much they support you and love you, and how I want every single one of you to succeed. And I don't want you to give up. Think about that every time that someone's negative to you, and I guarantee your heart will fill with, like, rainbows and butterflies and unicorns, and it's amazing. So that is what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for spending your Monday afternoon with me. I'm going to pop off, but I'll be back probably next month. All right, guys. Bye.